Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So it has been a minute since I've been on camera, and that's because I was doing Vlogmas, you know, being happy with my no views, and guess what happened? My laptop crashed. And when I mean crashed, it's not like the hoverboard, the hard drive crash. Like the whole thing crashed from like the table to the floor. It was like a whole bipolar fit. So with that being said, today, as you can see from the title, we are gonna be diving into the chilling adventures of Sabrina part 3. I decided I want to review the whole season, and y'all know my type of reviews. It's not in depth. It's sometimes spoiler heavy, not that spoiler heavy at the same time. So after you watch this, you can go watch it. Watch it for the first time if you want it. Watch it for the third time. I don't care. However, I'm just gonna point out the things I liked and I want to talk about because this season was pretty interesting. And I'm gonna do a facial mask while I talk about it because I find talking to the camera sometimes is very awkward for me, and if I keep my hands busy, it's just easier for me to talk to you guys. So, hey witches! Ooh, I really dislike that. Anyway, let's talk about Sabrina's fashion, because as you guys see for yourself, I'm a fashion queen, and Sabrina's fashion, I feel like it's inspired from the late 60s, you know, early 70s. I love it. Like, I love the collars, the dresses, the textures they use. Like, everything about it is just everything to me. Her fashion, and especially with her white blonde hair, A1, day one. I put on my notes. So Greendale doesn't feel like your Riverdale type teen town, you know? Like, for me, Greendale feels like, of course they got the big ass forest, you know, but Greendale feels like a little town just located in the woods, you know? It doesn't have the Riverdale everyday town type of feel, you know what I'm saying? Like, Riverdale feels like, you know, a town, you know, that you could go to, one of those old school, like, towns that are kind of lost in time. But Greendale, maybe that's the point, to have an otherworldly feeling, you know, but it's just weird, you know? And I guess that's what they're going for, because I thought in an interview I saw once upon a time that the whole thing with Greendale and Riverdale is across Sweetwater River. Greendale is the place where magic exists. Riverdale is the place where it's like more of a, you know, true crime, I feel. So yeah, tell me if I'm wrong. What do you guys think the difference between Greendale and Riverdale are? I'm the only one who found it funny in the first episode. Like, the Fright Club was gung-ho to go to hell with Sabrina, but then when they found out she actually had a way to hell, they was like, that's when shit gets real. Like, it's all fun and games until shit gets real. But it's just weird because, like, they were all like, yeah, let's go do it. And then when she found a way, they were like, ooh. I love the fact that they all still backed her. And I love the fact of Harvey's character progression. Like, Harvey in season 2, and, you know, in the Christmas special, the Midwinter's Tale, he was very anti-magic, and he's slowly becoming more progressive and seeing, you know what, yeah, it has a lot of bad, but also it has a lot of good when used correctly. So I loved Harvey's character progression. I love the fact that Roz is kind of like the That's So Raven, like the psychic teen girl. And I love Theo, and I love the fact that they gave him a boy as a romance, because just because you're trans, say you're a girl transitioning into a boy, doesn't mean all of a sudden you're gonna like girls. Like, sexuality and gender identity is two different things, and that's the thesis. So I love that they saw that, because, like, if they would have gave him a girl, I would have been like, that's very stereotypical. But the fact that they had Theo stay and date a boy, you know, I was like, okay, you know, I love not fitting into the stereotypes. So, Hilda has broke out to be one of my favorite characters, because out of Zelda and Hilda, I love Zelda's like Joan Crawford-esque sass. However, Hilda is like literally me, I've realized. Like, you know, the dressing like an old lady, you know, but being a psychopath underneath this wholesome facade that you see. I'm like, this is me, but a white English woman, and I appreciate that, you know? Hilda wrote one of those cheesy, like, Harlequin Romance novels. Oh my god, why was that everything I need? It was called, I wrote it down. It was called Buxom and the Beast, and her name was Hilda Stillwell. And I was like, she was giving me all types of Virginia Woolf teas, or like I'll insert the book clip right there. I was just like, I love that, because Hilda is one of the cheesy aunt who, you know, is very like wholesome, cooks, bakes, read those cheesy romance novels because they really never had it in their youth. However, will murder you at the same time. You know, and I love how it was like a demonic Harlequin Romance novel. I was like, that was so cute, and that fit her character so well. When they went to the underworld, am I the only one who was? I was a big fan of Once Upon a Time on ABC. So that reminded me of when Emma and Regina and all them went to the underworld to save Hook, and I was like, oh, I love that, you know. And it was kind of like the same type of budget. Okay. When Penelope Blossom showed up, I was like, because I love me some Penelope Blossom. One thing you guys would get about me is in TV shows, I love a good villain. Like, the heroes are nice, and I love a good hero's journey. However, bitch, don't get me started. Do not get me started with a good villain. And Penelope has always been that type of villain for me. And I love the fact that, when I saw her pop up, and I was like, her and Blackwood, and I was like, that would explain a lot. But then when she shapeshifted into Prudence, and I was like, because I love my bitch Prudence. I was like, okay, bitch. I was like, but at first I thought, I was like, is this the Riverdale crossover that we deserve? And we've been asking Roberto for like 10,000 years, but he's acting like he doesn't hear us. But then he does hear us, but he still doesn't do anything about it. Like, love that for me. When Madam Satan was on the throne, am I the only one, as soon as you saw Madam Satan first, like, appear back in the season, you was like, yes, bitch. Like, her hair, her nails, her dress could have been better. Because I'm like, come on, y'all can do better. But I know everything else about Madam Satan. Like, I love Madam Satan can be villainous. You know, like this. I love how extra she is, you know, and stuff like that. And that just like feeds my inner soul of, you know, being a demoness, you know, but not wanting to go to hell. Caliban, okay. Caliban, yes, please. Like, do whatever you would want to me, and I would let him. Like, he's so good looking. Like, I love him. But I did love Prudence and Ambrose messing around with voodoo, because I was kind of like, ooh, yes, bitch. Like, let's get some black magic in here. And I love it, not the witchcraft type black magic. Like, that Mambo Marie, she was giving me very much Marie Laveau from American Horror Story, and I was living for it, but also not at all. You know, she was her own voodoo-esque priestess figure, you know. I love that. And I love Prudence and Ambrose together. However, I love them together, and I don't know why. I don't want to feel like they just paired them together because they're the, you know, the black ones, but it's like, I would love to see Ambrose and Caliban, actually. Like, that would be a pairing, like the Prince of Hell and the Prince of Mischief. That would have been so good. First of all, Prudence, when Prudence discovered Judith and Judith, I loved those kids. Like, I loved how they look. I loved that the boy had his afro. I loved the melanin, the skin tone, everything. And I loved when they trapped them in that Spellman-like dollhouse. It gave me such throwback feels to like Pretty Little Liars. And y'all know I was a big PLL fan. So, oh my God, when they were in that dollhouse, I was like, I love this and I need this. And I like, it just made me proud for some weird reason. Maybe it's Black History Month. Maybe it's like the Shaka Zulu in me. But I just don't know. That shit made me hella happy. And I was like, okay, witches, don't like that. Stop doing that. Okay. Anyway, also, okay, yeah, but I love how they touched on Nick suffered from PTSD, because having the devil inside you, it would fuck up anybody. Also, the nostalgia of this season was very like heavily 60s and 50s. So I love that shit, because I feel like season 2 kind of lost that within the storyline. But this season like brought it back to like that old 1960s Sabrina feel. And I really like it. I love the constant Easter eggs of like when Ambrose and Sabrina discovered that the Herald's crown, what was his name? The Herald's crown, you gotta know, the crown guy, his crown was discovered by a blossom, which is Cheryl Blossom's ancestors. And I was like, another way they could cross-pollinate and, you know, cross over. And I was like, that's good, you know. And I loved all that. I love the vintage carnival thing. I love what's his name? Nick and Sabrina going into the love tunnel. It just gave me 1950s, 60s carnival. And y'all know I'm a vintage hoe at heart. So it was everything I needed. Let's move on a little bit faster because this gets long. Also, am I the only one who was kind of over the whole, I'm over the whole Riverdale and Chilling Adventures of musical numbers. Like, yeah, they're cute, yeah, they're catchy, but I'm like, okay, but when Sabrina and them did it on the Cheerfield, it gave me very the 1980s movie Teen Witch vibe, so I was like, that's kind of cute, but once is enough. But they kept on having like short little musical numbers throughout the season, and I was kind of like, oh, I'm done with this, you know, like, not done with it, watching it, but I was like, I'm done with, you know, I get it, you know, they can sing. Anyway, I love how they also introduced the Greek gods and goddesses, because I've always been a fan of Greek mythology growing up, and it was like, that was everything I needed. Like, the little Percy Jackson boy in me was like, bitch, I was squealing for that shit. And you know, a fat pig bitch like me, it's not hard to get me to squeal. So I was like, yes, bitch, yes, please, give it to me all. Anyway, sorry, my camera died, and I'm not gonna refilm some of that part. But yeah, like, and that Spider Lady was such a good callback to the comics when Hilda in the comics turned into a Spider Lady to torture one of Sabrina's bullies at school. I was like, oh, I love that. If you guys haven't read the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina comics, the little callbacks that they do are so good. Read it. Anyway, but yeah, when Zelda shot Hilda, and Zelda knew like all of the witches in their coven powers were slowly draining because they captured Satan, and Satan's like, nigga, you just captured me. I'm not gonna give you none of my powers. I'm taking my gifts back slowly and surely. Zoinks, and that's what he did. And long story short, I feel like deep down, Zelda's the kind of character, she knew there was a chance that Hilda wouldn't come back, so when she shot her, I love the fact that Zelda, sometimes her villainy will go to that level where you would think most writers would be scared, like, oh, we don't want to push her that far, but she will go there. And in her mind, she knew Hilda would come back, but she also knew there was a great chance with everybody's powers doing it that the Cane Pit's magic would not be there. And when it didn't resurrect Hilda, I was like, bitch, y'all fucking me up now. Y'all are fucking me up, and not in a good way. And the fact that when the Banshee showed up, because the Banshee is like an omen of death outside of the Spellman's mortuary, and Hilda didn't come back, and the next thing you know, Mrs. Wardwell came to the Spellman's mortuary, and you know, because she's all in the day still, because she doesn't know what happened in the last couple months, because Madam Satan took over her body. So now that she's back, she's like in the daze and confused, and everything is so different. So when Blackwood comes to Mary Wardwell's house, and explains, you know, like this, that the Spellmen are witches, you know, and Mrs. Wardwell takes her gun out, and when she knocks on the Spellman doors, she shoots Zelda, and Zelda pretty much goes into a coma on the floor. And when they shot Zelda, I was like, damn, bitch, this shit is getting real. Like, they are not playing any games this season. Like, they are going there. And when I mean going there, they don't need a GPS, they don't need a car, they are already there. You know what I mean? So I was like, damn. And you know, Sabrina and Ambrose come down, and they're like in tears because, you know, the Banshee's outside, which is an omen of death. And they're just like, what's going on? You know, so now the Spellman sisters are down, you know. I think it's just Sabrina and Ambrose. And Sabrina still has to do this task of acquiring the crown of hell. And she has to do 3 tasks. Out of the 3 tasks, she has to get a crown, the Judas coins, and a bow. You know, but it's like one of those ancient bows from like ancient times and shit like that, the Nazareth bow or something like that. And long story short, while she's going down there to get it, I'm jumping all over the place because I'm just talking about the parts that are interesting to me. While Sabrina's in hell going to get it, the fact that Blackwood comes and attacks the Spellman mortuary, and he kills Prudence. Prudence kills Agatha, and Agatha already killed Dorcas back at the thing. So now the Weird Sisters are all dead, and I'm like, damn, this is like Avengers Infinity War. Like, everybody is just snapping out of existence at this point. It's like, whoever wrote these episodes, they were like, main character, we don't know him. Bye. And Father Blackwood, he's just at the house killing everybody because he wants to know where his twins were, and he doesn't know that earlier in the early episodes that Ambrose and Prudence put them in that the Spormans, that's their neighbors, the Spellman's dollhouse. All this is happening while Sabrina's in hell, fighting for the throne of hell, so she can make all the levels, like the 9 levels of hell in every world or dimension okay again, because everything is getting thrown off again. Anyway, the final episode was pretty much like the Hunger Games. Like, everybody was dead. You know, the Sabrina lost the throne of hell to Caliban, who was the prince of hell. He was molded out of clay, and she was entombed in stone. Next, once Sabrina didn't come back and Caliban won the throne, Caliban wanted to wage war against the pagans, which some of the pagans were Greek deities like Medusa, Circe, Pan, the lost god of the wild, and all those people. So I love how, like, once again, how they immersed Greek mythology. But yeah, when Caliban tried to bring hell to earth, you know, the pagans, you know, slaughtered him because they were bringing back gods of old, which this season had a lot of H.P. Lovecraft intertwining in it, and I know how Roberto loves to put H.P. Lovecraft in the stories, because in Afterlife with Archie, when Sabrina resurrected Jughead's dog, and she got sent to the netherworld, a couple iconic characters from H.P. Lovecraft's book lore was in that mental institution she was in the netherworld, but that's another story for another time. Anyway, whew, a bitch is tired. With that being said, so pretty much hell under Caliban, Sabrina was locked away for like 60 to 70 years. You know, it's a whole bunch of time lapses and timeline jumps and a whole bunch of crazy shit happens. Hell under Caliban falls, and the angels from heaven come down and wipe out everyone in hell. The pagans rule the world. All the spellmen are dead. You know, everybody that Sabrina cares about is dead, and Sabrina's just locked in an eternal slumber in the pits of hell. You know, and I'm just like, damn, bitch. Next thing you know, future Sabrina, who already broke the timeline curse, comes back and saves Sabrina, and it's just like a whole, like, the timeline thing here was very confusing, but I like this season. However, I'm sorry, I'm very long-winded too. However, this season, the fact that it was 8 episodes, I was like, it was just enough. Like, it kind of moved fast, and it didn't drag on like some of the other seasons. Because, like, you know, in other seasons, like, you'll have those one standout episodes, and the rest of them are kind of fillers. I loved every kind of episode of the season. I would say I would rate this season from 1 to 10. I would give it a 9.9. And I don't really give anything that high of a marking because, like, that's just the bitch I am. This shit was good. Like, they went there, the character deaths, and they did rewrite the timeline, and certain characters actually, I was shocked to the characters that did actually really end up dying, and they're not coming back, and they are main characters. I was like, damn, they really went there. But, you know, with shows like Magic, nobody really stays dead for long. So with that being said, if you guys want me to do a more in-depth, thought-out, episode-by-episode review, let me know, and I will. However, this is just telling you what I like. You guys tell me, who was your favorite character of the season? What didn't you get? What did you get? And what do you like? You know, what did you like about the season? Also, we need more backstory. I want to see these characters before, you know, everything from the pilot episodes and so forth with the series happened. Like, I want to see these characters when they were young, when they were teenagers, you know. I want to see certain events that made them the hardened characters that they are today, you know? So with that being said, thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video, which the next video will probably be a recap of everything that fell apart in my life from Vlogmas, you know? So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. If you want to subscribe to my podcast channel, go ahead. I'm going to do it with or without you. So thank you guys, and I will see you guys the next time. Bye-bye, you guys.
A little like a celebrity. A made nigga way bigger than the mother cat you love to see. I'm getting paid like I'm supposed to. My homies